everybody? Welcome to another preview with the Power Bomb Project. I'm your host, Daniel, joined by your other two hosts.
I'm Berman.
I'm Chris.
As y'all see, I'm trying to come up with a new intro literally every single video, trying to master the right intro, but it'll come over time, y'all. It'll come over time. So, today we're discussing something very interesting here. One of the biggest wrestling shows of the year, if I say so myself. SummerSlam 2022, also disguised as Night 3 of WrestleMania 38. Nah, but for real, this show should look quite interesting, if I say so myself, based off the rumored card that we have gathered here. So, you guys ready to discuss this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, let's begin. Last year's SummerSlam, from start to finish, was a 10-match show that went 4 hours. I could see the same thing happening here. And it featured appearances from celebrities, part-timers, all that good stuff. And I think we'll get that kind of show again. But, of course, every SummerSlam has to have matches that involve heat, involve story, involve wrestling, involve entertainment. Wrestling's about having a bit of everything. And I think, again, this SummerSlam will probably be no different in that area. So, let's begin with the first match that I think this will even kick off SummerSlam. I think just let these two go out there for 15 minutes, put on a very good match, and I think they can get that job done for you. Seth Rollins versus Riddle. So, it all started, believe, after Riddle took a loss to Omos. Rollins made fun of Riddle for being a giant loser to Roman and, now to Omos, and losing Randy due to injury. So basically, though, Riddle's losing everything, and Seth's kind of making fun of him for it. And I think we'll see more fuel to the fire added in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And I think all of that will lead to a SummerSlam match between the two. And again, like I said, just let these two go out there, have a 15-minute banger, and I guarantee there'll be no complaints from anybody with that kind of situation. And that's how you keep Riddle relevant while you have Randy Orton out. And that's how you keep Seth relevant if you plan on having him have a little run with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Totally fair. This is going to be a great match, I think. It makes sense for it to be the first match. And I think these two are fairly similar with how they kind of present themselves. And I could be interested to see how they will work together.
Like kind of goofy, but when it's time to get serious and fight, they get serious and fight.
Exactly. So I'm happy to see this, and I can't wait to see if it lives up to it.
And you, Chris?
Well, if the Seth Rollins versus Riddle match actually does happen, I think it's going to probably be the most fun match out of everything so far. Just because for the fact, Seth Rollins is like mostly like a wacky bad guy. He's like, I'm evil, and then Riddle's just being like the funny ass goofy character he is. So you basically have like a Saturday morning cartoon special right here, folks. And they know how to fight, so it's gonna be great if this does actually happen.
Yeah, very true. Now, I think this year they're gonna try to have a decent variety with the women on this show, like they did last year. Last year we had it was 3 women's matches. I think we're gonna have 3 women's matches here as well. One not for a title, the other 2 being for a title. Match 2 on this list is going to be one not for a title. Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan. Now, the two have been acting a little friendly on Monday Night Raw. They qualified to, in this Money in the Bank ladder match. But knowing Alexa's history, we all know we can't really trust Alexa. And that's unfortunate for Liv, as she just got betrayed by Rhea Ripley. So what you can do here is if you want to keep Alexa as a face and don't turn her heel again, you can have Liv kind of speculate about being turned on again, kind of being paranoid. And, obviously she's wrong, but you are kind of sympathetic for her. So you kind of have 2 faces fight in that sort of aspect. With neither one of them really being wrong exactly. So you could go that route, or like I said, have Bliss take advantage and be the manipulator that we know her for. So either way, you can have a pretty decent match here between Alexa and Liv, in my personal opinion. The two closest resemblance to Harley Quinn in this company, if we're all being quite honest here. So yeah, I think there's a lot of fun to be had between these two. Personally, I think they could go out there and have a nice, fun little match for like 5 to 10 minutes.
To be fair, I think it is kind of weird to put him there because maybe they could go for the women's tag championships. Maybe they put him in there or against the. It could make sense if they wanted to do that.
Maybe, but I'm thinking that they're waiting on till they have like more teams around, before they
Yeah,
can.
I know they don't have a lot. Yeah. So, but if they do that, it's going to be completely fair. I love these two as wrestlers. I'm a big fan of Alexa and Liv. So if this happens, I'm happy.
And then I guess it would be a cool change to seeing Alexa Bliss take on Liv Morgan. Because did they ever get rid of that persona of hers yet, of being like the Fiend's like little doer or whatever?
Who? Alexa?
Yeah.
Oh well, she was basically the new Fiend for a minute, but then, she returned just recently after a while, and now thankfully they dropped her whole Fiend gimmick, and now she's kind of back to her older ways,
Yeah, of course.
older character, but she still has elements of the newer character as well. So she's basically all of her characters combined into one right now.
Oh, okay. So something kind of interesting. But aside that, I think the match will be pretty solid. Again, Alexa Bliss is pretty cool, and then Liv Morgan is a great wrestler too. So these two ladies, they're gonna go at it, and I think it's gonna be a fun little match. Definitely filler, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, with a show being 4 hours long, I think that a match like this can definitely be seen on the show. So before we begin to the other 8 matches, I want to mention some names not on the card that could be on the card. AJ Styles and Bobby Lashley, obviously. I don't know where they would fit on the card, but obviously they would probably need to be somewhere. And then this is another match possibly in mind. There might be a stipulation match maybe for KO and Ezekiel. Who knows? Or Elias or Elrod, whichever one. Yeah, that's a possible match in the show as well. KO versus Elias. But yeah, with those things being said, do you guys have any possible matches that aren't on the list here before we go on?
Maybe an Intercontinental Championship match. So
Gunther versus who?
someone who's I don't know if they would do that ever like Bobby Lashley maybe if they
Like a
wanted to do.
crossover match?
Yeah, it
That'd
could
be
be.
cool.
It could work.
That'd be cool. Gunther fighting either Bobby or AJ. A crossover kind of match.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, and that's the only thing I can see that maybe they can put in there another championship match at least.
Yeah, almost an MVP are also names as well, but I don't think they're going to be on the card either, if I'm being quite honest.
They could do that against Gunther.
Almost versus Gunther. I'd feel bad for Gunther, though. I feel like he would deserve a better opponent.
Yeah, no, but they're two pretty much giant men.
Yeah, true. Yeah, good points. Now, next match will be the third match out of 10 on the card. The Miz versus Logan Paul. The Miz betrayed Logan at WrestleMania in a tag team match after they won for some weird reason. And yeah, I guess to Miz, he thought he was just teaching him a lesson, but Logan took it as a backstab and he ain't cool with it, and they're going to fight. So all that being said, they are going to fight at SummerSlam. And I think this could be a good match. It could be a fun match. That's all that really needs to be said. I don't think we're going to get a classic out of the Miz and Logan Paul, but it'll be good. It'll be fun. You can't really complain too much.
Yeah, I think same here, and it's going to be interesting. And technically, what happened with Miz and Logan Paul is that pretty much the Miz just didn't like that Logan Paul was stealing his limelight. He didn't like to steal his show, pretty much. So he pretty much teaches a lesson saying, "Hey, don't hog the spotlight. I'm the spot. I'm the star here, not you." Pretty much. But this gonna be is pretty. I love this match. It's gonna be fun to me. I can't wait to see more of Logan after this. Maybe goes for a title shot or anything. And it's gonna be interesting to see.
Hmm. And then, funny enough, I think this match is going to be a lot of fun. If they push Logan Paul, I don't know what this contract stipulates, but if it actually goes through with him becoming full time, I highly doubt it. I hope Logan Paul takes the victory. And again, he's a good wrestler, The Miz. So if anything, this is like the most perfect thing you could do for a setup match for Logan. And just kind of keep him there for like upper mid or Carter stuff, because that's what he's
The
really
other
here for.
the other great thing about this match is that the Miz is the kind of guy that he can literally lose to anybody, and it won't fucking matter because it's the Miz. So I think Logan would actually win, whether he's a part timer or a full timer. I think him winning over the Miz and the Mysterios in his first 2 wrestling matches would give him some sort of steam, you know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And obviously, a lot of people don't like him. Use that as fuel. Use that as reason to push him even more because he has all the eyes on him. Think about why the Paul brothers get so much money. I guarantee you they get more money off of their haters than they do off their own fans. I guarantee it. So
Sure.
if you're just a sane human being, just don't give a shit about what either of these two do. Honestly, I'm not saying you have to love or hate what they do. I'm just saying whatever these people do ain't your daily priority. It don't matter, y'all. Uh, that's how I take it with all of this. So with that being said, though, this should be a fun match. I think Logan takes the W though, and then think this probably will go 10 minutes around there. Well, match 4: Pat McAfee, Happy Corbin. The story is simple here. Uh, Pat McAfee calls Corbin out on all his BS all the time, and Corbin has had enough of it and wants to fight Pat McAfee. Well, because of it. Well, actually, no. He wasn't the one who called out Pat McAfee, but he originally grabbed the mic and kind of harassed Pat McAfee and insulted him over the issue. But then Pat was taking none of it and challenged him to a match at SummerSlam. So the story's already there. It's basically all but confirmed that these two are going head to head at SummerSlam. And yeah, man, Pat cut a really good promo on SmackDown. Nothing spectacular by any means, but it was a very good promo. And I definitely think this match is going to be one of those sleeper hits on the show. A match people think will suck, but it could be very good. Don't sleep on it. You could get a nice 7.5 or 8 out of this kind of match. Who knows? Who the hell knows?
Yeah, to me, I love this match. I love Pat McAfee was when he was on WrestleMania, and I think this is going to be the same exact thing. It's just going to be fun to watch him, and he's going to show off how good he is in the ring to beat the hell out of Happy Corbin, and that's the only thing I'm going to say.
Hmm. And then Pat McAfee, I'm hoping he wins because even though he's like an announcer, the dude gave his heart out for WrestleMania. What was it, this year or last year?
This year.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
this
sir.
year.
And
So,
he beat Theory.
mm-hmm. So if anything, if they want to keep the steam rolling, even though he's just wrestling once in a while, give Pat McAfee the awesome Dallas Cowboy treatment and let him take the W.
Yeah, and Happy Corbin's not one of those guys that, it doesn't really matter if he loses a lot either.
Oh, okay, cool. So that
Because
works.
he's just a heat magnet, if you think about it.
Yeah, everyone hates him.
Yeah, hell, he put over Madcap Moss like multiple times. He can do it for Pat McAfee. So now this is the story I got. Becky wins the briefcase at Money in the Bank. She cashes in. She cashes in right on Bianca, and this is all recorded before Money in the Bank, just in case if this is all uploaded after Money in the Bank. But if not, then yeah, this is my prediction for the future. Becky cashes in on Bianca. becomes the champ, and only holds the belt for 4 weeks from Money in the Bank to SummerSlam. At SummerSlam, she loses to Bianca in less than 26 seconds. 26 seconds was the time it took for Bianca to lose to Becky at SummerSlam 2021. In 2022, I think it will be reversed, and Bianca beats Becky in quick fashion. And this will continue the losing streak story that Becky has had recently. And I think she might, I don't know, she might either turn face and have a character change, or something might be going down after this. But I think that's what we do here between Becky and Bianca. And I think Bianca wins. And if she does win to become the new women's champion, that would be her third time becoming a women's champion in WWE.
Yeah, I hope this is the case. I just want to see Bianca Belair squash Becky Lynch. And for your question on where Becky Lynch stands, I think she will go against Ronda Rousey. That's the only possible chance. That's the only thing I can think about is because they had a rivalry a long time ago. They never fulfilled it. So I think it's going to be Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey sooner or later. And that's all.
I think that they're going to do that for Mania 39 next in Hollywood. If I'm keeping it a stack.
So good.
I'm down for it. I'll see it.
So, what are your thoughts on this match? Well, not really a match, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. We do get a huge match, but honestly, I kind of think for the sake of the story, why not just let Bianca squash her?
You don't think there's going to be like a fight between? Because Becky Lynch isn't necessarily like a jobber or anything like that.
We kind of already saw their best fight at WrestleMania. You know, they don't really need to. They don't really need to top that.
That's true.
So, I feel like why not just end the story with Bianca, gain that redemption, that true redemption, from embarrassment at last year's SummerSlam. So that's just how I view it. Now, Undisputed Tag Team Championship match 6, the Usos versus Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. It seems like an unlikely duo, but Drew and Sheamus have been longtime best friends. A backstab happened last year. They had a great feud. But time has moved on now. Sheamus is now a part of the Peaky Blinders. Drew McIntyre has been floating through the main event scene, but he hasn't won any gold while floating. So these two unlikely needed to team together to qualify for the Money in the Bank contract ladder match, and they had to do it by defeating the Usos, which they did. So this will possibly open the gate to being the next challengers for the Usos at SummerSlam, because if you think about it sincerely, Rick Books is gone. The New Day ain't happening. Street Profits ain't gonna happen again. Unless if we get a screwy finish at Money in the Bank, keep that in mind. Then maybe it'll be them instead. But I don't see that happening. I don't see the Mysterios being repeated. So that comes down to a new idea, right? And that new idea is going to be an RK Bro likely team in McIntyre and Sheamus. So that's where I see this going. Who wins here? I don't know, man. I think you have Roman cost Drew the match to set up for Clash at the Castle between Roman and Drew, and or Seth and Drew, whoever walks into the UK as the champion. That's all I could really say.
Yeah, this is going to be a good match. I think it's kind of like the bar as Sheamus and Cesaro, pretty much. This is pretty much like Drew McIntyre and Sheamus right now, the bar. And it could be, I think this is going to be a good match too. And I do really want Drew McIntyre and Sheamus to win because I just feel like we had enough of the Usos, and I think they have been have been great champions. But I think there should be some new champions coming into the rankings right now, and it would be Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. But that's all I have to say.
And you, Chris?
Mm, like I said, the Usos will put on a great match. As for the Street Profits, I'm not a big fan of them, but for what it is, hopefully they don't go the predictable route and give the Usos like the win or whatever for like every other tag team they've ever been. Because at the moment, does WWE even have like any good like upper tag teams besides RK Bro? Well, I guess you have Biggie and his group, but like
They have
besides them two,
New Day, Street Profits, the Mysterios,
Bulk
Alpha
Academy.
Academy. Uh,
is that it?
I'm really trying to think of everything, man.
Oh, the
Then,
Vikings.
I'm not rank some people from NXT.
uh, who though?
Maybe pretty deadly.
Damn, that fast though.
They were champions before. They could. Or Creed Brothers.
Creed Brothers.
You know, honestly, just open the forbidden door and just bring FTR to save this company.
Jesus, dude. Now we know why the Usos have been champs for so long.
Ooh,
This division's just so dead.
soft.
We need a new team. So yeah, McIntyre, Sheamus might be that new team.
Yeah, if it happens, it's cool. But if not, I don't know, man.
We're in a really bad spot for the tag team division right now. Say so,
Dude, just get rid of it. Like the women's tag team belts. I'm sure no one's gonna notice anything, man.
bruh. All right, well, it'll be a good match though, right? If it happens.
Yeah.
Now, match 7: Edge versus Judgment Day leader Finn Balor. This match will be great. Don't get it twisted. But what happens for Finn after he loses the Edge here? He falls off to irrelevancy, I fear. Kind of already has. But yeah, with all that being said, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It's Edge and Balor. It's gonna be great. But it's just obvious. And that's the sad thing about all this. So, what do you think, Berman?
I can't wait for this match. I think this is probably going to be probably the third, maybe or second best match of the night. It's just going to be fun to see these two, and they already had a bang. AJ Styles and Edge had a banger, so definitely I say Edge, and Finn Balor is going to be the same thing. And I hope Edge wins, and Finn Balor goes to say he's off. He's going to be his contract is done. He goes to New Japan and becomes Prince Devitt. That's the only thing I'm going to say.
Chris?
Yes. Oh, you've been waiting for me. So, if Finn Balor loses this match, dude, he'll probably return as his favorite character that got spotched super hard in Extreme Rules that I didn't forget about because Roman Reigns killed him and whoever the cameraman guy was that ruined his alter ego, the Demon. Because
Yeah.
at this right, dude, if Finn Balor, like I said, there's like nothing. So if anything, just release him unless you're just gonna have him do the whole fiendish thing, like a similar character to it. Because you guys mentioned he was from New Japan originally, right? Earlier
Yeah.
today. So if anything, just release him and then you can bring him to AEW. Problem solved. 10 out of 10.
Like, they don't fucking care
No, they don't.
about Finn Balor.
No, they don't care.
It's fine. But just let him go if this is the case. This is kind of becoming torture for us Finn Balor fans. Well, what can be said? Now, this next match. This match 8. Yes. For United States Championship. Theory versus Cena. This match is going to be great. Let's be completely fair. This match is going to be great. And it'll be a banger. The build is going to suck, though. Why? Because it's going to be a very typical John Cena build. Austin Theory is going to be I'm the young rookie upcomer guy who is the youngest U.S. champion in history, a downtown, blah, blah, blah. I'm the guy who's here every single Monday, you part-timer. Here, take a selfie. And Cena's going to go up and be like, nah, it ain't you that determines what happens in the WWE. It's the people. It's all about the fans, all about the people. And I'm gonna beat your ass at SummerSlam for America. Cause you need to be taught some hustle, loyalty, and respect. I never give up and you can't see me. Blah blah blah. This is gonna be 4 weeks of that fucking bullshit, and I am not ready for it. Point being though, is the match itself will be great. If this is all to put over Theory, I am very interested on seeing how Theory rises from that.
Yeah. To me, this is gonna be fun. I just can't wait to hear all the roasts, all the bad shit he's gonna say like to Theory. Just he's gonna roast him on Raw. It's just gonna be fun to see him. And I hope John Cena wins, and then Theory tries to come back with doing something else. I don't know what. Maybe Theory versus Logan Paul, if that happens. I'm so saying again. But I hope John Cena wins, and it should be a great match too.
And Daniel, you stop insulting John Cena right now. You stop it with that slander.
I'm not.
You're fucking putting a damage to his reputation because of critics like you who just don't understand lust, hustle, loyalty, and respect. And you want some stupid ass Zoomer to fucking win and take a stupid selfie character that Vince McMahon made up because he was bored and trying to avoid all those allegations that are true.
I did not say that I wanted Theory to win. I just said that it's going to be interesting seeing how Theory takes advantage of that momentum.
You said
If
he
he,
was. You just said Cena was just there to put him over.
yeah, I think he is.
No, he's Peacemaker. God damn it.
I think he's going to put over Austin Theory.
No.
And then I think he's going to go return to Hollywood after this. That's the definition of just coming back to putting Theory over.
No. He's staying WWE forever.
He stays there for a month for until the next pay-per-view after SummerSlam.
Then he can drop the title. And
Yeah.
then
Well, we don't know Cena's plans, y'all, but if he's not staying, he's losing the Theory. That's the name of the game, playa.
no.
Now, you ready for the next match?
Yes.
Match 9, SmackDown Women's Title match. Ronda Rousey versus one of these two returning, Charlotte or Bayley. Charlotte is the plan right now. They want to rerun that match, but if they can't bring Charlotte back, they're gonna bring Bayley back instead first, and then wait on Charlotte for a minute. But during the meantime, around the Bayley feud sounds awesome, and I think it would be very entertaining. I hope we get to see Bayley soon in action. But if not, Ronda, Charlotte, hopefully they have some sort of stipulation to switch things up. But if not, whatever. Ronda, Bayley, I think they don't even need a stipulation. They'll go out there, put on a very good match. And I think Bayley and Ronda could have some solid promos too, actually. So, yeah, I wouldn't be against that happening at all.
I'd be happy with that. The thing is, I don't know if it's gonna be a match like that. My question, I can't remember. Where is Shayna Baszler right now? Because I feel like Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey would be a great match to see.
She was just on Raw in the Eliminator match, but lost.
I hope maybe she goes for against Ronda because technically those two are friends. technically. I don't
That's
know.
another plan they got right now. Shayna could fight Ronda for the belt.
Because that would be cool, and because both of them are from the UFC or MMA pretty much style, I would
Yeah,
like to see
true.
that more than Charlotte or Bailey, to be perfectly honest.
All right, interesting.
But if that happens, I'm hoping for Bailey, and it should be a good match.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
Depending on I hope it's Bailey because I don't want to see Charlotte because it's just gonna be the same old stuff, as you guys know. It's just the same thing. Oh my God, Charlotte's doing the thing all over again. It's just meh, you know. Like
Yeah,
I just don't like it, bro.
I don't blame you, bro. So now, main event time. Roman Brock, last man standing. Oh boy. Universal title, of course, and WWE title, of course. Do you guys think it'll be good? Is the first question.
I'll say yes. I'm still thinking because it's just that they never had a stipulation match before. They only had singles. So stipulation match, I think would be cool to see these, and because it's the last man standing,
They
it
had
should
a
be a good
steel
match.
cage, I remember.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, but nothing like this drastic to me.
Yeah,
Because steel cage was a little bit off, and there was a lot of controversy, and that's the biggest one. So I think it would be good. That's one for me.
yeah. Alright. Fair point. Uh what about you, Chris?
You know what? I wish they're not gonna bring it back, dude. But like I want to see an Iron Man match between these two. That would be sick.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That
An
could
That
be
Iron
a
could
Man
be really
match
good too.
between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. So the same four moves for an hour straight.
no. Actually, you know what? You know if Brock doesn't win, he's not cool anymore.
Yeah, you're damn right he
He's
isn't.
not cool anymore.
He Roman bitch boy if he
No,
loses.
no, that's the Usos.
No, Brock is real Roman bitch boy if he loses.
No, he's just too busy being a badass and doing behind the scenes stuff, like being a
Uh,
farmer.
okay. Do I care though? Do I care though?
Yeah,
What did you say?
yeah.
Hmm.
No, but for
I
real,
just can't wait to see Seth Rollins cash in, mainly.
oh, that'd be
Yeah.
so funny. Berman, imagine if cashing in and just like smashing both of them outside the ring and just like, I win, guys. I win the
No,
title.
you know what would be so funny, but would piss everyone on the planet off, which is what I want to see.
Oh, hey, Seth Rollins did that before at WrestleMania
No, no,
31. So
no. What I'm about to say is really gonna piss everyone off. What if Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar after the match? Seth Rollins cashes in on a weakened, bloody Roman Reigns. But the bell rings. Rollins runs into a spear. One, three. He wastes his money in the bank cash in. And he gets knocked out by Roman Reigns. And Roman walks out with the titles. Oh,
And then the Shield theme plays as he
yeah,
does it.
and then the show ends that way.
You
people would
really
be
gonna be funny as hell. I think could be really good.
people would be so mad if he beat Brock and Seth. Oh my god. And then think about it though. Think about how much of a face Drew would look like if he beat him in the UK then after that.
Yeah. I
So
hope he's not like Drew McIntyre as a champion. So
that'd be a good story though if you think about it.
But then cut to the
definitely.
Cody Rhodes American Nightmare music cuts in just as he spears Seth Rollins, and Cody looks at the belt and is like, "That's my belt." And then he buries him with
Cody
a shovel.
fanboy.
I buried him.
Cody fanboy.
Hey,
Listen,
Cody's great.
I like Cody a lot, but damn, Chris, you overrate him.
No, he's awesome. He literally started a company just to start another company.
Well, yeah, true. There is adrenaline in that soul.
But any last thoughts,
Well,
guys, before we end the podcast?
yes.
Your thoughts?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh, I was asking you to.
Oh, what were we gonna say before ending the podcast?
Yeah,
Well, that's a good question. What I'm gonna say is, I think this show looks like a 7 out of 10 on paper. Would you guys agree?
Maybe 7.5, maybe 8, depending on the matches.
very
All
true.
right. Yeah, I think it has potential to be good though. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching the SummerSlam preview. I've been Daniel,
I've been Berman.
Chris.
and we'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy.